call.
Okay, let's start. Yeah, good afternoon to everyone. Thank you for spending precious time with me. You know, today, Saturday, I got a lot of programs. Got the Body and Soul webinar by MediaCorp, and then got PM speaking also, and the COVID task force also speaking. And yet, you all can find precious time to spend on this caregiver Zoom talk. I really appreciate it. Yeah. My name is Eileen Tan. Some of you will know that I've introduced myself before. I am a state registered nurse. I am also a state certified midwife or locally trained in KK Hospital as a midwife, trained there, the OKK, and then in SGH as a state registered nurse to also train there. Yeah. Overall, until today, I have almost 46 years of nursing experience. 10 years in the government hospital, 12 years in Mount Elizabeth Labour Ward, 11 years in Rifles Hospital Labour Ward, 10 plus years as a pregnancy nurse. So my passion is still nursing. That's why I'm still a nurse today, and I still love nursing. Yeah. At the moment, I have the inspiration of maybe just self-start a caregiver agency, starting from my home bedroom as an office, because no rent and cut down a lot of costs also, if I feel nothing to lose. My aim is to help fellow SHC members find jobs as caregiver after they have taken a caregiver course, and at the same time also, of course, make some sideline passive income for myself, and also to see whether it can be successful opening up an agency for caregiver. So that's why I am now here in a discussion with all of you to share with you, and also to learn from you all also, as well as you learn from me. Yeah. The past few days, I used Google to Google for caregiver course. There are quite many courses available. Some are expensive, some are cheaper. But I think I zoom in on this course by WSQ Care Assistant course. You can go onto Google and then just Google caregiver course, and so many courses will come out. There's one called WSQ Care Assistant course by the HMI Institute. I can't remember HMI stand for what. It's some institute, but it's at Devan Nair Institute of Learning over there. Yeah, website. Yeah. Can you? Where's the sound come from? Can you mute it?
Yeah, I just muted Dory. Please mute yourself when you're not asking any question. Thank you.
So this HMI Institute caregiver course is approved by Skills Future, and it covers 9 essential modules. The next course coming up is on 24th of November to 26th of November. And 29 November is the set.
Oh, sorry, I muted the speaker. Sorry, because I mute all. Eileen, sorry, can you unmute yourself?
Okay, I just repeat in case it's not heard. This HMI Institute caregiver course. The next one coming up is on 24th of November to 26th of November. And then 29 November is the assessment. The time is 9 to 6 p.m. You can Google to get it right. Singaporean and PR, 40 years and above, they pay a 90% subsidy then they only pay $76.50. This is eligible for Skill Future and NSA subsidy. I'm not quite sure what NSA stands for, but it's a subsidy. Yeah. So this is one of the courses that I would recommend because it's not expensive, $76.50 for Singaporean and PR. The second course that you can go for is held by the Agency for Integrated Care, the AIC. You can Google https www.aic.sg, and you'll come out with this course, caregiver training. This one is actually for like those who are caregiver for their own family members, or those who want to send their helper, the domestic helper for training. The course contents I've gone through is quite comprehensive and it's good. I think it doesn't cost much also. Exactly what's the cost I have yet to find out. Sorry, go back to the first course by HMI Institute. This course will afford those who have taken this course to find jobs as caregiver. Yeah, at the end of it, there will be a certificate of attendance received. Then you can present to the caregiver agency for jobs. There are many other courses like by NTUC Health Home Care Service, Home Care. They also conducted all this called Econ Home Care. You can Google more and then find out more which course you like to join. Not necessarily to join the course that I recommend, but I truly recommend the HMI Institute course, which is very relevant. The scope of a caregiver's job typically covers showering and toileting, transport, medical escort. Means you follow the patient maybe to a hospital for checkup, to a clinic for checkup, and escort them back also safely. Medication also, maybe you help them with their daily medication or remind them to take their medication, and maybe do a little bit of shopping, groceries, and do a bit of simple cooking for them. Some of them, all these elderly ages, some of them stay alone, so they don't have family support. So that's why the caregiver come in to support them to do all this, and then also to be a companionship. Some of them feel very lonely. Not much nursing care, but they just want some companionship. And then do some simple exercise for them. Yeah. So it's roughly the scope of a caregiver. There are, at the moment, many home care services in Singapore. If you Google, it's really overwhelming. Yeah, which it's so overwhelming that I have second thought whether am I right to open a home care agency right from my home. But I think I just give it a try. Actually, so many outside, and they have proper company also, proper protocol also. So some of them I've listed is like NTUC Health Home Care Service, Homage Home Care, Jagami Home Care, Touch Home Care, Econ Home Care, Active Global Home Care, Rasa Care Private Agents, Private Limited, and then you have Asia Caregiver, yes, and many more. Yeah. The other courses that I would recommend if you want to be a good caregiver, but these are optional courses. You can also go for CPR and AED course. Actually, this CPR and AED course is for anyone, everybody, because you never know when the skills you have learned will come in handy to save a heart attack patient, be it on the road or at home or in the hospital. Heart attack can occur anywhere. Every year in Singapore, there's about, I think, 2,000 heart attack cases occurring anywhere in Singapore. So this course, CPR, AED course, is a life-saving, very relevant course to learn, but it's optional. It will give your potential client more trust and confidence in you. If you have a caregiver certificate and you also have a CPR AED course certificate, wow, that is really reassuring to them that they are in good hands to hire you. There are some caregiver course that is online also, but I don't know whether how good it is. You just have to try it out. Yeah. Give me a minute. To this AIC caregiver course, those caregiver or those who send their domestic worker for this AIC caregiver course, they can also apply for the caregiver grant, $200 to help them offset the course fees. This course is a 2-day classroom session, 8 hours per day, 1 hour lunch provided, 2-hour home-based session. It's my background noisy, children playing outside. Maybe just give me a minute. I close the door, yeah. Sorry for the interruption. My neighbor's children playing outside. I'm afraid noisy background. I went to close the door. Yeah. So the AIC course, 2-day classroom session and 2-hour home-based session where some the qualified instructors will come to the home to assess what you have learned and what is how is it being applied correctly. The criteria for eligibility to join this AIC course, you must have a loved one aged 65 years and above who needs caregiving service, and the patient is a Singapore citizen or PR. If your loved one who needs caregiving service is below 65, eligibility is on a case-by-case basis. The venue the AIC hold this course is at Ang Mo Kio Tai Hwee Kwang Hospital, Ang Mo Kio Avenue 9. The other place is at Peace Heaven Nursing Home, 9 Upper Changi Road North. Yeah. Other courses that you can have is like, if you want, you're interested, you can attend the Dementia Caregiving Training held by the Alzheimer's Disease Association, where they were taught wholesome understanding of the individual, the personality, the dementia patient, the dementia patient's background, their interest, the hobby, all this will be discussed. And they will also encourage a set of routines. A dementia patient don't like change. They need a set of routines. And you also learn types of dementia. So that's about all my sharing. Now I'm open to questions.
Please unmute yourself if you want to ask a question. Thank you.
Okay, maybe I will, Jean, maybe I will let you all think of questions. I just, while waiting, I will share with you what are my thoughts of and how I want to open up my caregiving service from my home. For my agency, there's no age limit to join. My criteria is as long as your 5 senses are intact and there's no mobility problem on your part, you can be part of my caregiving service team. But many caregiver agencies in Singapore, they do have an age limit. They do have other criteria. And my motto is that all my caregiver must give personalized touch and care from your heart to the client. Make your service worth the money they pay for. Because if you give excellent service, then through words of mouth, more cases will come in and then you have more jobs. You must have a dedicated mind for helping a client with their daily living tasks and self-care needs. So at the moment, all you need to do is as quickly as you can, if you are really interested in being a caregiver and to join my team, waste no time to go and Google and then source the right caregiving course and just go for it. After you have gone through this caregiving course, you can liaise with me and then present to me your certificate of attendance or your cert. And then I need your photostat IC also, photostat of your cert also. And then we can go further from there. I would like to meet you face by face at least once for an assessment and an interview. Yeah. And for data collection also. I need to know your health issues, which day, which hour you can work. Can you do transfer of patient, let's say from bed to wheelchair, commode chair? There's no uniform when you join my agency. Some other caregiving agency, especially the big company, they do have uniform. For me, as long as you wear comfortable clothes, try to wear light color t-shirt when you are at work. Light color t-shirt, because some clients are pantang. They don't like you to dress in black. It's so sombra color, yeah. You can wear any light colored t-shirt and then short pants just above knee, not too short the pants, yeah. Or better still long pants with a darker color. The commission charge is not above 10%. I'm still thinking how much to charge for the commission. Registration as a member plus insurance, maybe about $100 the first year. Registration fee plus insurance, $100 plus for the first year. And then subsequently, maybe $15 yearly for renewal of joining fee. I'm still thinking about a fixed rate. So if you are interested to join my caregiving team, please WhatsApp me your name, your phone number, and I wait for your completion of your caregiving course. The office being my home bedroom, and according to the HDB rules and regulations which I've read, I must not allow any visitor to visit my office in the home. Yeah, I only can have maximum 2 staff to work for me. Moreover, it's now COVID-19 period, all the more restriction of visitors. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Any questions?
Eileen,
Yes.
since you know what is best regarding what the requirement for the caregiver cost, why don't you list up which agency that best support the cost rather than we go and search for it and get certification, because not all agency provide a full comprehensive cost. Yeah. So maybe you selected these are the places that you recommended, and we go and then we register ourselves for the course.
Right now, I have two in mind. One is the HMI Institute course. Is a caregiving course held by HMI Institute. It is WSQ and Skills Future friendly course also can be subsidized by it. So you just Google HMI Institute caregiver course, and then you
Yeah,
see
I know
whether
the one under the ACI is there is 20 pages actually, you know, of all the caregivers. The one you mentioned, the Taekwondo and the Grace Fever, is just a top two only. There has a PDF of about 20 agencies, because actually I did a check, and then some do a very short course of about 8 hours, some is 24 hours. Yeah.
you have to see the topics whether they cover overall.
Okay, maybe what you can do is give us a topics that need to be covered to be able to go for this elder care, because maybe certain topics is irrelevant.
Yeah. Why not you all help me try to WhatsApp me your name and your handphone number. I need your name. Then I will put you all into a group chat, the caregiver group chat. So whatever relevant things I find out on Google or anything I need to share, I will share in this group chat. Is it good?
Okay, noted. Thank you.
Yeah.
And give us your number, Eileen.
Oh, you don't have my number.
Oh yeah, I don't think everyone else has your number.
Okay, you take down 938.
Can you just write on the chat group itself? You know, the chat there, so that everybody knows.
Okay.
Right.
I'm not so savvy. Let me try. I've yet to do this also.
While Eileen is trying to type around, maybe there's one question that you put there, say AIC don't recommend, they only publish the list, you have to contact the agency. This is not true. If you are a caregiver before and you take care of elderly, all this, that even you pass away, even the one that you took care pass away, all this, that they will every now and then send you information whether you want to continue to be caregiver for others or not. Then they will recommend you other more in-depth whereby you can actually help back the society.
Yes, you are right. AIC can also let you do caregiver job also.
Yes.
Yeah, let me, sorry to interrupt, let me put this on record. AIC is a government agency.
Yes.
Whenever it's a government agency, they cannot recommend any agency.
No,
okay?
they don't recommend.
Yes,
they don't recommend. They have their own list.
Correct.
Can I say something?
Therefore I'm saying is that the only publish the list is up to the individual to choose which agency they want to go and attend the course. Okay.
Not really. You have to look at
okay, never mind. It's all right. It's all right. Yeah, let's not divert
Okay,
into something
regarding
else.
AIC, actually, first actually need to actually go through, actually if a person needs AIC help, is always through recommendation from a doctor. From then, AIC will contact the respective home actually. So AIC is just I will say a stepping stone for us to get in touch.
Right, or the medical social worker will recommend.
Yes, correct. Because this is
AIC,
exactly what happened when I get my mom into St. Luke just recently.
Yeah.
Because through recommendation of the doctors, and then the doctor, and we cannot approach a home directly. We've got to go through AIC. Then the AIC will go through the home, and that's how the home will come to us. Yeah.
Correct. And through AIC, I must add, you can have a quite many subsidies when you're
Yes,
caring
correct.
for
Yeah.
elderly at home.
Yes.
I've gone through it because I cared for my elderly mom who has passed away already 2 years ago. Yeah, so I have quite a lot of subsidy from AIC except the domestic helper grant. I didn't send my helper for the course, and she learned all her skills when my mother was admitted in the hospital.
Correct. And it's
Learn from the
they have to
nurses.
do the mean testing.
Yeah.
The first thing they do mean testing. Yeah.
Yeah, correct. Then you can get as much like my mom can get all the subsidy total $470 every month.
Elaine, I'm Lydia Paul. I'd like to ask a question based on your experience, right? Because at your earlier sharing, I was quite surprised that in your definition, caregiving is not so much on the nursing. So I in fact have this wrong perception that actually caregivers involve a lot of nursing concern. So am I wrong with that perception?
Caregiver is not
really more for companionship.
Yeah, you are partly right. Through my 10 over years experience as a nurse in the agency, as an agency nurse, I must say that caregiver is not a nurse. So you are not expected to do nursing duties. Like for example, dressing a wound, changing a rouse tube, or changing stomach care, etc., more complicated. If the client need all these things, then they have to hire an agency nurse like me to do it, because you are not trained, you are not qualified.
I will say that if we are going to do all this, the rate will definitely higher than a caregiver, because a nurse and a caregiver is 2 different rates.
Correct, 2 different rates, correct. So caregiver is only expected to like do companionship, escort them to and fro hospital, clinic, checkup, do a little bit of housework for them, maybe just do a bit of tidying up, wherever it's dirty, just tidy up, but don't expect you to work like a domestic helper, clean up the whole house, clean the window, that kind of thing. No, just make sure that the environment is clean enough for your client to live in. Yeah. So for example, you are expected to bathe the patient if the patient need toilet bath, need assistance. You're expected to bathe him or her, and then the place is wet after the bath. Of course, you don't leave it wet down there. You just take a mop and just try to dry it up, because if it's wet there, wait, your client fall or you fall, then hazard, correct? So these are the housework you need to do. Just dry it up. I've done it as a nurse also. I have patients who live alone and they have no family background help, and then her pajamas, all that is limited. If I don't wash for them in the washing machine and hang it out for them, the next day I come, not enough pajamas or clothes or towels to use. So no choice, I also wash their clothes. Either hand wash a little bit or washing machine and then hang it out. The next day it's dry already, I can use it again, because it also affects me if I don't help, correct? So there's no black and white that you must do this, you cannot do this. It comes naturally.
So in your criteria, meaning to say that as long as you are certified caregiver, you will be available to all range of caregiving given to the necessary patients. Is that right? Be it their dementia or things like that?
That's why I need further down, I need you all to tell me your health issue. Let's say if you got osteoporosis, you got weak bone, and you got backache, you got shoulder pain, then I will try not to match you with patients that need transfer, where you need to carry the patient from wheelchair to the bed, from wheelchair to the commode, that kind of thing. You cannot carry because you've got weak bones yourself and backache. So I try to match maybe a stronger person with no this kind of issue can do the job.
then will the caregiver be given different rates based on their capability of doing, like you say, the transfer is a tougher task that you need energy. So will they be paid higher?
Yeah, different rate. Of course, different rate. Yeah.
Thank
If
you.
You do more heavier tasks, you do more difficult tasks, of course you pay higher rates. Yeah.
Okay.
But the market rate right now is about $15 to $20 an hour. Nurses are paid higher, about $23 to even $30 an hour.
Okay, thanks, Elaine.
Welcome. Free to throw me any questions. Yeah.
Okay, Eileen, good afternoon. And good afternoon to everybody. I'm David Tan. I host the entrepreneurship program every Sunday. I think Eileen knows and some of us know. As an entrepreneur, this is something that I like Eileen, you to stay focused. You know that there's a heavy competition in these home nursing services, right? There are so many big players.
Yes.
So what sort of advantage are you going to compete with them? Therefore, you have to more or less create a smaller business model whereby think of just a companionship. Yeah. Forget about going to the house. And most of the SAC members, they are more or less I strongly say 55, 60 above. And it's so difficult for them to go, and then even you are able, it's so difficult to transfer them. They say, "Oh, I need to go toilet, transfer," and then they start abusing you, like blah blah blah. This sort of thing can happen. Yeah. So the most important thing now is that for you to define your business, what exactly you want to do. You want to sell an agency whereby you send these caregivers to the house also to to do whatever call or whatever, or just strictly should they need companion, you just make appointment with you, and then you send someone, and then you bring this person meet at a particular place, and then you go out and then spend the day together. For me, this will be a better business model than just like another home agency where you're competing with all these players. Yeah, that's my take. So you have to stay focused. What exactly? Yeah. Thanks.
David, thank you for your feedback. Yeah, but then if we only zoom in on companionship, there'll be less clients, because to my experience as an agency nurse, very few people want to just hire a caregiver just for companionship. Yeah, they usually need some help, some little bit of not really nursing duties. Sometimes also like help them with the medicine, also a bit of nursing duty. So there's no black and white, as I say, that you cannot do this, you cannot do that. It's all, sometimes you need to use some common sense also. So just companionship only, very, very few clients who want to just hire a caregiver just for companionship. Usually it's a list of things they want you to help them also. Usually it's home care at home. Let's do some light nursing care. Like
Agreed.
yeah.
Anyway, if it's just for companionship, all this, that, sorry to say, within the small enterprise might not able to match with those big company, because there's no way the rate can be cheaper than the bigger company. So, and Eileen can go small, go on that kind of compatible, that kind of rate, you see, because she don't at the end of the day, she don't mean anything, and then she still have to pay for this registration, that registration. I don't think it's worth law. So I mean, if Eileen is going to look something like that, he should have two set of database, one that can provide the full and one only provide the base. So I mean, it's up to Eileen to actually tell her what is her business model. Not I am a caregiver before this, so I know what we all require. If it's required to bring the old folks around to shopping center or this, that one is definitely out of the question mark. A lot of people were willing to pay the neighbor just to bring the mother out from the house by paying $5 to $10 to feed them happy. I'm very sure of that. I'm very sure.
Thank you for your feedback. What
I just posted on chat in 1987, my father was in the hospital. So they recommend that we hire a caregiver for the night, some sort of a night nurse. This is actually mainly for peace of mind, you know. And then after about a week, then went to ICU, so didn't need anymore. So the charges were, I think, $120 in 1987, no? That was a long time ago already. So this lady was a retired nurse, somebody recommend, then she will stay there, you know, throughout the night until the next day to watch over my father. So we don't really know what happened, you know, only thing is that this kind of service already there. So what Eileen say about companionship is, I suppose in that sense, you know, to give the family peace of mind, you know, that's about it. You see? So maybe that's what it's all about.
Thank you, Bobby, for your sharing.
Yeah, unless you have family member, you know, who can stay there, but we're all working, you know, no way. So we hired one, recommended by some of the friends.
Yours was in 1987. I remember in 1986, I was doing 1986 to 1989. I was doing a sting of this agency nurse. I came out from my full-time job, and then I joined an agency in 1986 to 89. I was an agency nurse also. At that time, the rate was $80 to $100 for a 12-hour shift, and I was doing day shift. Yeah. So back to this caregiver service. I think the caregiver need to do something more than being companionship, as I've listed just now, you know, to like help patient with showering, toileting needs, or even sponging in bed. The aim is to keep the patient clean and comfortable, and also help them with the medication, help them to buy some groceries, cooking, besides companionship. And if they need some exercise to strengthen their limbs, you can also help them. It's not so difficult to perform. Yeah. Talking about my business model, I just I'm thinking in my mind. Out in the market, there are so many caregiving service. Of course, I cannot win them being just starting out. But I have the advantage that I start it from my home, my bedroom as an office. So cut down a lot of costs, no rental, you know, no need to pay a lot of things. And then also I want to help our SHC among our group of seniors to get some job as a caregiver to earn some pocket money. And of course, at the same time, also help myself earn some money also. Yeah. And the advantage of my caregiving agency is that I have no age limit to join my agency as a caregiver. No age limit, as long as your 5 senses are intact and you have no mobility problem, and you have a heart to serve the client, to help them to the best of your ability. That is my criteria that you can join my caregiving agency. Now with this COVID-19 situation, there are many people having home recovery at home. This one can also be a source of business for us. We can also earn some money by helping them to do errands outside without close contact with them. Like they need to pay some bills, or they need to hold some letters, they need to buy some groceries, they need to buy some food. We also can help them in this aspect.
Yeah, sorry, Eileen, I just posted. So today, if you operate from the office, can be a weakness, because then how the clients is how they're going to build the trust. You don't have like a office, registered office, and then you just operate from home. So this is something you may want to consider. Yeah, you can use somewhere somebody's office just to register, but don't use your home because this is a very to a client. They look don't have what. Yeah, yes. This is just my concern for you.
Yeah, thank you. I'll take your feedback.
It's okay, working from home.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
I
just
will
want to share. My boss also work from home.
Mhm.
So, and then he can actually have he's actually imposing a renter on himself to collect it from the company. So it's still an income for Eileen in this way. Maybe Eileen should not be like say use the word bedroom. But you need to register with HDB. Then HDB is aware. And then this is on the 2 yearly renewal basis on. So I mean, you go and find out more so that next time you can get your rental rebate.
Call it home office. They call it home office now. They
Yeah,
actually
home
encourage
home based
office.
home based
Home based
home
office,
base.
yes.
Home base. So you it can be done. Not that it
can be
cannot
done,
be done. Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, Eileen. I want to share with you also. You have to be very specific. What kind of customers are you targeting? You cannot targeting from people staying in a one-room flat to a bungalow. Yeah, you must be very specific. Which customers are you targeting? Who are the people who want to pay money to bring their elderly out for outing? So this is also therefore that's why I say if you want to target just from the one-room rental to bungalow, and then for those people in the bungalow or those in the executive flats, sorry to say let's say you work from HDB, what kind of a standard? Then all the doubts will be there. But these are the people, I don't know. That's why you have to very focus. Which are the customers are you targeting at? Yeah, this is also something that you have to consider. Yeah, you have to do a market research. The demand for this somebody posts there say escort, so be it. Yeah, it's an escort service. Escort is nothing wrong. I mean, if you have a different mindset, then so be it. Yeah, as an escort, yes, it's true that you escort your client to wherever they want to go. Yeah, so you have to be very careful. You have to decide who are your targeted customers. Their profile, where they stay, things like that. Yeah, thanks.
Thank you, David. Yeah. My sharing is that I target everybody from whatever HDB room flat to the Thai, to those staying in bungalow. Because right now I'm an agency now, I do have cases where I work in the HDB flat. I also have cases where I work in big bungalows. Yeah. So I don't target whatever category, everyone who needs caregiving service can come to me. Yeah, and I just start with our SHC club members first, and which Terence have already given permission that I can through our SHC chat group find caregiving SHC members who are interested, or find clients from SHC members. Just start with this first. And then when we give good service, by word of mouth, I will have more clients coming from elsewhere. Yeah. But according to HDB rules I read, I'm not allowed to advertise in the newspaper or advertise anywhere in the social media platform. Yeah. Any questions?
Yeah, sorry again.
Mm,
I see that you have a passion, because I'm speaking on the entrepreneur mind, just very practical. Yeah, I see that your passion. You have mentioned that because you have a passion to want to look after the elderly. But sad to say, if you today you want to target from one room to a bungalow, then there's no niche, and then it will be you will lose your direction. Yeah, the direction will be you will lost. The one room flat I mean, I think, okay, let me rephrase. Yeah. Today, a one room flat requirement is definitely want you to be at the house, his or her house. And then maybe a lot of things can happen. Yeah. We cannot really, to preempt, things can happen. Yeah. And then, whereas if you target to those people who are more in the middle income above, they are what are more refined, so to speak. I mean, this is how the society works. I'm not discriminating. You guys hope that I'm not discriminating about the people living in the one room flat. Yeah, and those who living in the one room flat, or two room or three room, we talk about. I mean, it's a real world, because you're not doing a free thing, a social enterprise, right? I don't want you to waste your time, energy doing something whereby in the end you'll fail. Yeah. So it's a real world. You have to target people in the middle income, whereby the parents or not the parents, the siblings or the niece or the nephew who are staying with the elderly, and then they don't have the time to accompany the 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 grandma or the grand aunt or whoever for weekdays. Definitely they will have a helper at home, no doubt. They will have a helper. Yeah. But the helper, if you to bring the lady or the guy out, then will be the helper will neglect the home duty. Yeah. Then after the parents or what, the nephew or not come here, oh, come, So that's what, therefore, because you should look into this niche market. This is a very niche market, to be honest. And then what you say, word of mouth. These are the aunties and all these are tai. They have the what, then they tell the friend, wow, why don't you contact this Eileen? Yeah. And then this will, I think it's I'm just giving my 2 cents worth as an entrepreneur. Today, if I'm were you, I will embark on this niche market. We call this a very niche market. Yeah. Very, very niche. You targeting, that means charging that even $15-20 an hour, no problem, because you already mentioned. I also shared with the members last Sunday. As long as you provide a service whereby this client go back home, tell their relation, well, today I enjoy myself, you succeed. You succeed your mission. Don't thinking of we'll help this person go and change the toilet, this and that. I mean, because you are a nurse, so you think of this direction. Yeah. But for me as an entrepreneur, I think of the other way, just to keep this person happy from mornings to say 9 to evening 4-5 p.m. Then that's it. Send you back. Yeah. Thanks, Eileen. Thanks.
yeah, thanks for your many sharing. Yeah. From my more than 10 over years of experience as an agency nurse, I've yet got clients from the 1 or 2 room flat. Usually it's from 4 room flat onwards to condominium to bungalow. Clients come from this criteria. Yeah. So I've got some very easy case, I've got some very complicated case, I've got some very difficult clients also. How I deal with them, maybe I do a bit of sharing. For clients who are very, very difficult to deal with, so unreasonable, no matter how good you do for them, they don't appreciate. I always, have this sentence, either I fire them or they fire me. If I don't, I cannot stand their nonsense. I will just tell my agency to stop work for this client for me. Stop my work for this client. And I will tell the client, tomorrow you can get another nurse. I'm not coming. For the client who cannot, maybe the chemistry between them and me cannot click for some reason, they also can fire me. So it goes both ways. Either I fire them or they fire me when it comes to a very difficult situation. Yeah. The clients, I have also some cases that close on me. yeah, for some reasons. But I always try to take it as a positive feedback. See, reflect on it. See how I could have done better. What I need to change and change for the better. Learn from it. Yeah, don't take it negatively because all this can happen. No matter how good you are, you can be fired one day also. Yeah. So for some cases, a very easy case, just companionship. One very, very rich Tai staying alone in a very, very big bungalow. She goes out in Rolls Royce. So all she wants is that I follow her shopping, go to restaurant, go out in Rolls Royce. So easy job. But some are difficult nursing cases, quite complicated. Yeah. So you come across all walks of life.
Yeah, I just say it really comes up from all walks of life. This is a personal. In fact, I have a lot to talk about here, but then just about that, I have a relative who engaged a nurse, plus the own daughter. They'll go to Marina Bay Sands to play jackpot for the whole day. So almost every alternate day, they'll go. So they engage a nurse. So these are some type of clientele you can get now. And then another one that I want to tell Eileen is a parallel. This is a parallel. It may not be exactly the same. Okay, to make it very clear, my daughter at one time started she called it a mom's massage. So she organized it as a social enterprise. She has no intention to make money. So what she did was, because she herself is a lactation consultant, and then also he has some of these certificate to train people in massage. So what she did was, she had a website, and then she get those single parents, single mother who has problem looking for a job, train them up, and then they work for her. But my daughter don't make any money at all. So they charge about $60 an hour. So they just go over to do massage for the mother to be, or just postnatal period plus the baby. So they can have a baby massage 1 hour, $60, mother $80. Business was rolling. So it's through internet, just like that. So, but of course, with people in silver hair, I think you will encounter less problem. But then will be, I tell you, it's just like we can look for somebody, or you can look for somebody who is who can train somebody in some form of a body massage as part of the caregiver, you know. So this is just a parallel, not that I'm introducing this model to you. And I think by this model, if now you can get this fund from the government for this social enterprise. Okay, if anything you want to ask, I can answer your question.
Thank you, Chan, for your sharing here. Besides that, now I think about it, baby care is also another aspect. You can go for a baby care course, you know, how to look after a newborn baby, how to feed the baby, bottle feeding, or even how to help the mother in breastfeeding.
And then now these babies, mothers, they pamper the baby. They really get somebody to go there for 1 hour to just touch the baby, caress the baby.
Not 1 hour lah. The minimum work hours, I think at least 6 hours. 1 hour.
No. You just go there to make a bed for the baby, and then give the baby a massage like that. 1 hour.
Oh, that one is specialized like
correct. And the business is rolling, you know. You cannot cope.
What I meant is that baby care, you know, you can learn about baby care, and then you can help the new mother how to cook, caring for a baby. Yeah. I'm sure you will Google there's baby care course also.
So it's something like that, parallel, not exactly on a baby. But here we are, elder care, elder sitter.
Jean.
I have a question.
Okay, yes, Jasmine.
Okay, for your registered business, you focus more on elderly home care service for the elderly, or in general, like for example, like baby care, like what Chan mentioned, baby care, or like for example, autism. Some parents would like to have someone to take care of the autistic child, or do you just focus on only the senior?
At the moment, I think I focus more on caregiving for the seniors first.
For the senior,
But
okay.
next time, maybe you can consider about specialized one, like taking care of dementia patient or autism. Dementia and autism, you need to go for a specialized course, then you can take care of them. Yeah. It's not anybody can do it. Yeah. You need to understand what is dementia, what is autism. Yeah.
See. Okay. Thanks.
Welcome. Baby care, anybody can do also, but it's best that you go through a baby care course. Actually, aunties outside, those aunties outside, they never go for any course. They just babysit for the baby, for couples who are working. You know, bring the baby home to babysit, or even babysit at their home. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Eileen, you got anything to round up, because 3 o'clock is coming up very soon.
To round up is that I just want to emphasize again, if you are really interested in this caregiving service, first thing first, please go for the caregiving course. Get the certificate of attendance or the certificate that you have attended the course, and then you can liaise with me further. Yeah. And I want to set up this caregiver chat group as soon as I can. So please help me to submit your name and handphone number to my handphone number, 938-288-57. I've written down in the chat group. Yeah. Thank you for spending precious time with me again.
Thank you, Eileen, for your
Thank you,
feedback.
Eileen.
Any
Thank
other
you.
question before we say goodbye? Yeah.
Eileen, let's say if we need somebody, our home needs somebody to take care, can we contact you also?
Yeah, of course. I need caregivers and I need people who need caregiving service. But I start with SHC members first. Okay.
And then you will match female to female or male to male, is it?
Ideally, male to male.
Ideally, right?
Female to female, better, easier to work with. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
And I will also match the skill, the caregiver skills, whether they can they.
From what I heard is that is it they are paid weekday $20 per hour?
Depending on their skills, I will see the rate. Depending on their skills.
Then weekend
so I will,
25.
More
on the weekends.
Maybe weekends are higher rate. Yeah, maybe have to iron out. Yeah. Weekends and public holiday will be higher rates.
Yeah.
Otherwise, nobody will want to do. Then I will match the skills of the caregiver, whether it match the client's needs.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. If no other question, then we will close this session.